So as you guys know, one of the easiest forms of propagating our orchids is actually through the division process, where we're actually taking an orchid and we're dividing out the pseudobulbs. And it is recommended that you have at least 3 healthy pseudobulbs per division, because the more pseudobulbs you have means the more energy it has to sustain itself and also to encourage new growth. But what happens if you have an unfortunate event or a mishap where you're only left with 1 pseudobulb? I mean, can this 1 bulb division actually survive? That's the question. So this particular division right here that happened a good 6 months ago was a very unfortunate event and a mishap, what I like to call a humunga dunga accident. This was not done on purpose or intentional at all. And this actually broke off of its original plant during transportation, where we were left with just 1 single bulb. And if we take a close look at the leaves, we'll see just how poorly in shape it is. You are just seeing so much wrinkling in there. It no longer has its crispiness or its firmness in its texture. It's very wilted, desiccated, and oh my, look at that. And it's almost paper thin here. Just really withering away. So by the looks of it, it's not doing so well at all. So I really did contemplate on whether or not I should throw this one particular pseudobulb out, because as you guys know, the healthiest propagations that are successful need at least 3 pseudobulbs, right? But even though I did know this, my very soft and tender heart could not bear to just simply throw it away. So instead what I did, way in the back of my garden, I actually kept a basket full of sphagnum moss where I was keeping some other rescue orchids, and I simply placed it back there, and then I left it, and unfortunately I did forget about it. And although I do have to admit I did forget about that rescue basket, I still was watering the rest of my orchids, so indeed that rescue basket also got watered as well. And 6 months later, I did a very thorough check on that basket, and I could not believe that this 1 single pseudobulb was still green and appearing to be alive. But what's even more unbelievable than that is the fact that this actually grew some roots. Do you guys see that? How amazing is that? Unbelievably amazing. And although we do have some good news with the roots, the very unfortunate, sad, and bad news is the fact that it appears that the eyes that it did have seem to be completely fizzled out. There is no viable eye that's on this pseudobulb. So with no viable eyes or no live growth points, what will become of this single pseudobulb? Because if that's the case, then this may not have an option of growing. There would be no growth point in which new pseudobulbs could grow, right? Well, the great and wonderful news about orchids is the fact that it does have different survival techniques. And when one portion of the orchid either dies away or dies off, then it actually looks for other sources in which it can possibly regrow itself. So in this case, this portion no longer has any viable eyes. So the next step for this orchid is to look for other growth points in which our joints and also our ring around the orchids can actually be those possible growth points. And in this case, the next joint up right here would be its next source. So as you can see right here, and I actually don't know how well you can see it, but I definitely can feel it, there is a swollen area right there, what I believe is going to be the next nubbin and also new growth. So we do have a possibility that a new growth can come from here, or even possibly right here if need be. But indeed, I believe that this will have a new growth. So how long will this single bulb division actually take to reestablish itself to the point where it can bloom for us again? Well, to be honest with you guys, I have to tell you it's going to take several years in order to do that. So this definitely is not an overnight success story here, and is not feasible, especially if you are not trying to wait several years. But I did want to show you that it is possible, just in case you do have an orchid that is sentimental to you and you definitely just don't want to throw it away. There is still a chance that you could possibly still save it. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another episode of My Orchid Adventures. And I hope you guys did learn something new from this video. Hope you liked it. And if you liked it, please be sure to like, share, and also subscribe. And also join me on Facebook as well at My Orchid Adventures. I thank you guys so much. And as you guys already know, I do truly love and appreciate you guys all. I will see you guys later, and I will also grow with you guys later as well. Bye-bye for now. Mwah.